Hello and welcome. Silrace here with World of Warcraft. And I realize this is out of sequence with my actual leveling videos, but I was asked a question and I plan to answer that. So, during the first leveling video of mine, I said that I moved to a new server and I brought nothing with me. I did not transfer a character onto this server. I did not even transfer any heirlooms over either. I started from the scratch and I have stuck to that. So I was asked, how do I have this much gold? Firstly, this is not much gold. There's been a massive inflation in World of Warcraft. Having less than 1000 gold is kind of meaningless. But it does seem like a lot of gold when you start the game and you are seeing quest rewards in the category of 2 silver pieces and whatnot. So I will explain how I have this much gold. Firstly, if you are serious about making gold, you need to play auction house, and you might want to take a look at the couple add-ons which help you do that. I don't personally need those add-ons because the way I play auction house at this time and day and whatnot, I don't need those add-ons for it. So firstly, there is this whole spouting of buy low, sell high. That definitely functions, but to do that you need to know the market already. And I frankly don't know. I haven't paid that much attention to the market here because I have had no intention and no interest to really spend time with the market to try and figure out the best ways to make gold here. I have been making that gold on the side through the diligence I show where I play an MMORPG, because I happen to like gathering and crafting, and I happen to also like playing the market to an extent. So yeah. So check those add-ons out. But I'm gonna tell you how I made this gold, and that is by not vendoring stuff. Sure, I vendor junk, I vendor the trash I gather, and I vendor white items because no one really buys those. But all the green items I have found have ended up in the auction house. Because really, a good example is this fishing daily quest I am completing here alongside the cooking one. The fishing daily quest gives you a pouch or a bag you open, and occasionally you get a potion out of it. Like oftentimes you get a swiftness potion, you get swim speed potion, or a water walking potion. These things vendor for less than 1 silver, or around there anyways. But selling those on an auction house, I can get up to 50 silver, up to 1 gold out of each of those potions on this particular server I'm playing on. That doesn't seem like a whole lot if you are a level 100 and you already have 1000 gold, but it all adds up. So if I vendor 10 of those potions, I do 10 of these dailies, I get 10 potions, I vendor 10 of them, and for vendoring 10 of them I get 10 silver. Instead I sell 10 of them on the auction house for 1 gold a piece, I get 10 gold. 10 silver or 10 gold, which would you rather have? And all the time it takes for me to actually auction house them instead of vendoring them is to mail them to a character which sits outside of the auction house, pick them from the mail and list them on the auction house for 1 gold a piece. Do you now see how I make this gold? Because I don't sell random things in to the vendor, I sell them in the auction house to players who will use them for whatever reason. The other thing is I know times. I pay attention to the clock. Most people do, but they don't necessarily do it in relation to games. They're just like, okay, I have an hour to play, I'll play now. That's reasonable and all that stuff, but if you want to make some gold, you need to pay attention to the day it is and the time it is. Because on the weekend there is a lot of players online. More so than on the weekdays. So that means on the weekends, specifically Friday evenings, Saturday in general, and Sunday evenings, there is going to be a lot of competition on all the common items. Herbs, minerals, everything you gather and mine and freaking whatever else, the common items. Those are going to be oversaturated on those days. in the auction house. That's when you don't sell them. If you have money to burn, that's when you're buying all the low costed stuff and sell them on the weekdays when there is less players online, there is less saturation on these items, and so you can sell them for profit, the stuff you just bought previous Sunday evening, because people who have played whole Sunday, they list all their items in the auction house on Sunday evening, they go sleep to go work on Monday. This seems reasonable, but this is obviously not how you should do it if you want to make real profit out of that stuff. Of course, on weekends you can then sell the items which don't sell on weekdays because there is less players. On weekends there is more players who are willing to buy completely random items just because they wanna use them for something. Random things like elemental water, which is like basically utterly useless at this point, it still sells on weekends. I don't know why, who uses it, for what, I don't particularly care. I just know that I can sell it for profit on weekend. But I cannot sell it on weekdays because there's less players. This is something I discovered on the server already. So far I think I have found and sold like 4 or 5 of those on the other character I have around. But it's like, yeah, I couldn't sell them on a weekday. I tried them on a weekend and I was selling them on a profit. And those things vendor for like less than 1 silver. And I made about 1 gold a piece on a weekend. I don't know who bought them. I didn't really pay attention and didn't really care. I just know I made profit on them. That's good enough for me, right? So that's where the time of the day comes into play. And that's the most important thing you should remember if you plan and need to make some gold. You cannot make gold essentially instantly. You can make gold over time and have it stack up. Have it, you know, pile up a little bit at a time. By not doing silly things such as vendoring green items instead of selling them on auction house. And so forth. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. If you are somehow still in need of making gold in World of Warcraft, you have moved to a brand new server like I have done, you're doing something stupid like I am doing here. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.